everyone, today we are going to talk about grounding theory. In this video, I will first explain grounding theory, then Ria and Jingyu will apply examples, and finally, Jingyu will also give some criticism and suggestions. Do you know what is grounding theory? In my opinion, grounding theory refers to gradually generate a theory based on in-depth analysis of empirical data. It is an induction process from bottom to up. Furthermore, people first need to summarize the concepts from the data, and then constantly compare the data and concepts. The third step is to establish connection between similar concepts. Finally, we will generate a theory. Based on my research, I summarize 2 points of the grounding theory. The first one is grounding theory is a qualitative research method. The interview is the main type of data in grounding theory. The second one is grounding theory emphasizes improving theory from data, not from other sources. Therefore, the theory must be traceable back to the original sources and must be supported by empirical facts. What is the main difference between grounding theory and grand theory? Grounding theory does not make logical deductions on the hypotheses set by researchers themselves, but conducts inductive analysis from data.
We want to learn about what life is like during the pandemic using grounded theory. So, to begin our study, we need to think of some research questions. To do this, we need to ask ourselves, what do we want to know about our topic? We might want to know how people feel about their lives during the pandemic and what's changed about their lives from before the pandemic to now. These become our research questions. To answer these questions, we need to come up with relevant interview questions to ask people. We will then transcribe the interviews and code the data to find common patterns, themes, or ideas that emerge. The data is analysed individually and the codes are created. New data is created and compared to the existing codes. At this stage, the codes may need to be adjusted to include the new data. The data and the codes are in constant comparison and adjustments are being made based on these comparisons. Multiple interviews are used to triangulate the data to make sure it is valid. Finally, all the data is gathered and presented using direct quotes to support the theory so that it is grounded in the views of the interview participants.
So another example I want to pose that someone wants to study video games to understand why some games make children smarter while others do not. She knew that she would conduct qualitative research. The next step was for her to decide to do something different. She decides to first collect data without assumptions and then analyze it to come up with theories about making video games good. That is qualitative research on grounded theory, reversed the entire research process because the theory is based on data. So in addition, imagine that you have a few seeds and you don't know what type of plants they will germinate. So you plant them and water them and then observe them. Eventually, when they sprout and bloom, you will know what they are, but you can't tell the difference just by looking at the seeds. This is the grounded theory. Data is the seed, and the theory is plant that ultimately proves itself. Next, I would like to summarize some criticisms and suggestions to do grounded theory. Grounded theory is widely used in medical and psychological research, so it is deeply misunderstood when applied in social sciences. Therefore, the misunderstanding of grounded theory by public researchers is getting more confused. And grounded theory also has the limitations of the basic theory of scenario analysis. The analysis process can easily be overwhelming. In addition, researchers often insist on one idea but deny countless others. Just like Therese in 2015 claimed that a theory is never stable but constantly changing. And the suggestions might be researchers to need to pay more attention to graph analysis because the research process can become more transparent. Visual performance can be achieved by providing a way of communication available to a wider audience than words. Another suggestion is information stratification can promote a deeper understanding of the research by the audience and reduce some potential prejudices.